A now former TV news director is out of a job after allegedly trying to meet up and have sex with a 15-year-old on his lunch break. Bill Lunn has stepped down from his position at KTBS in Shreveport, Louisiana. Three men told police they made up an online profile posing as a teen girl. The three say Lunn engaged with the profile first on May 28th, and when Lunn asked for the girl's age, she said she was 15. The next day, the men arranged with Lunn to meet in person for sex, and when Lunn showed up, he ran off and said he has a wife and kids. Lunn then called police and said he was assaulted, but police have determined that is not true or the case. Lunn denies all allegations tonight. We ask if these amateur undercover sting operations that target predators are helpful or hurtful to law enforcement. Joining us to talk about it here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Sergeant Salman Ghaffar of the Fort Bend County Precinct 3 Constable's Office and Waller County Constable Herschel Smith. So first of all, when you see a case like this where you have amateurs going out, busting someone for having sex or wanting to have sex with an underage person, does that get in your way or does that help you guys as law enforcement?
It definitely helps. Anytime you have any citizens that is trying to assist police officers in doing anything to let us know whatever's going on in the community, especially something with children, you know, it helps because we don't always get the information. You know, it's people like that bring that information to us so that we can at least look for it and you have an idea of who the person is that they sent.
Now, Sergeant, if you get that information, but they've already highlighted this person, they've already confronted this person before you get there as law enforcement officers, are you still able to make a criminal case against that person?
Penal Code on Texas 43.24, it could be if a person is exchanging any kind of harmful visual material to the minor. That is a criminal case. It could range from Class A to third-degree felony. So yes, it is possible. It can be done against a person. So in this case, the news anchor, a criminal case can be made.
And Constable, when we talk about those who are amateurs doing this, because I'm wondering, you know, once they do the work, is that the evidence that they've collected, is that admissible in court through you guys or through a prosecutor? Would a prosecutor be willing to touch that? Because we're talking about amateurs here who basically do it on YouTube, even though they do a good job. And many of them, you know, get many of the predators off the streets. But are prosecutors willing to take their work into the court and risk it?
Sometimes they can use the evidence, but they also will look for something else, you know, to enhance it. To enhance what they have presented, but they're going to continue to, you know, not expose it, but wait until they get some more evidence to enhance whatever's taking place.
When you take a look at these individuals, and there are many YouTube channels that go after predators, are they helpful to you guys overall, big picture, Sergeant Ghaffar?
In a big picture, yes. They're keeping all these sex offenders and predators off the street, so it is helpful for us.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It definitely helps because the more exposure, the better.
Could it be dangerous, though, for those amateurs or those who are not actually law enforcement officers? And what would be your advice if they're going to continue to do it?
Not take the law into your own hand. Notify the law enforcement so the law enforcement can go in and investigate in a proper way and have the probable cause and looking for the evidence.
And Sergeant, what would be your advice to those who will continue to do it despite you saying, look, leave that to us, we're the professionals. If they're going to continue to do it and you're like, I have no choice, so here's my best advice to you.
So it's kind of like, you know, working like a gray hat, not on a side for some law enforcement, but they're just doing amateur. So that's their hobby. That's what they're doing. My advice, just be careful. I mean, keep law enforcement in loop. Notify us so we can take further action and we can make the case admissible to the court. I mean, they cannot make that admissible to court unless it goes in by the law enforcement report.
Absolutely. We want to thank you both for joining us here on The Factor
Thanks so much for
Uncensored.
having us.